Let me first thank you all for being here today. We appreciate the opportunity to spend some time and talk directly to you. My name is Joe Rigby. I'm the Chairman, President, and Chief Executive Officer of Pepco Holdings. Joining me today are Tom Graham, who is the President of the Pepco region, and also Mike Maxwell, who is our Vice President of Asset Management. Both Tom and Max play a very critical role, not just every day, but certainly as we go through an experience like we are. I have some notes I'm going to just refer to. What I'd like to maybe start off with is taking a look behind me, and you can see the extent of some of the damage. That's an example of what we're dealing with as we work through what is not a typical summer storm. Before I go any further, I want to take a moment and I want to acknowledge and thank Mayor Fenty as well as Governor O'Malley. Times like this, our ability to coordinate with their administrations to help us get to the affected areas and to be as effective and as efficient as we can is obviously very, very important. I want to thank them for their leadership, and I also want to take this opportunity to thank our customers for their patience, because obviously as we work our way through this, this is a trying experience. Between 3 and 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, a very fast-moving storm ripped its way through the Washington metropolitan area. Heavy rain, 60-plus mile-per-hour winds. The heart of it actually began in Gaithersburg, worked its way down through central Montgomery County, came through the district, and actually worked its way through Prince George's County, actually all the way over to Annapolis. We were dealing with trees, flying debris, which has actually caused a lot of the damage. At the height of the storm, we had about 301,000 customers out. Now, we've already restored well over 100,000 of those customers. Right now, of that 300,000 customers that lost service, we estimate about 230,000 were in Montgomery County, 50,000 in Prince George's County, and about 30,000 in the District of Columbia. Most of the outages were really related to transmission problems at some of our substations. As some of you may know, we actually lost 4 substations, 3 in Montgomery County. One in particular that was of significant concern was the pumping station related to WSSC, which we were fortunate to get all those substations restored this morning and be able to get the water back running. We've had 190 feeders that have been locked out. We're working our way through that. You can kind of think of a feeder as being representative of about 2,000 customers. We also have thousands of reports of wires down and a lot of pole damage. So we have spent, as we've spent today in the process of restoring, we've also spent today in the process of assessing to understand the level of damage. Let me give you, thank you, Tom, late breaking news here. Let me give you a quick summary of where we stand right now with the number of customers that are still out. In Montgomery County, we have about 156,000 customers out. In the district, just over 19,000, and in Prince George's County, we have 26,000 out. So that gives a total of about 201,500 customers that are out, and our job is not done until those customers are restored. Let me talk a little bit about the restoration. This is a storm that, while we practice for storms, this is a very unusual summer storm for us. And we are bringing the full weight of the company, all the resources that we can bring to bear to work our way through the restoration. To give you a sense of what that restoration looks like, we have about 185 internal crews as well as contractors bringing all the resources available to us through Pepco, but also bringing to bear the resources of our 2 sister utilities, Atlantic City Electric and Delmarva Power. And the range of those skill sets that are working on this involve mechanics, line mechanics, tree removers, you see some of them behind me, patrollers and employees that are responsible for the planning and the analysis. This is actually a fairly complex process we have to work our way through because of paramount importance to us, in addition to getting the service restored, is to do it in a way that's safe for our customers and the community and our employees. We've also availed ourselves to something that's actually very unique to the utility industry, something called mutual assistance, where we offer our services in times like this, and then we benefit from having other companies send their very trained and experienced resources to us when we're working our way through this. And we have 350 crews on our way, most of them as far away as Ohio. They will, for the most part, physically be here tonight to the extent that we have some sunlight and to the extent that through our safety rules, they are available to work. We're going to continue the restoration tonight, but obviously all those resources will be on hand tomorrow to hit this thing hard as we work our way through this. Just to also give you somewhat of a perspective in terms of what we're bringing to bear here. This is no different in terms of our resourcing, in terms of the vast resources we brought to bear when we went through the blizzards here earlier this year. We're in the process of executing a plan that unfortunately we do get to exercise too often, one also that we practice. And part of that is to set up a staging area. That staging area in Montgomery County has been set up. Think of that as a mini work site where we can have the trucks come in, we can take care of the crews, we can dispense materials. So that's obviously very, very important. We also have, we're using our regional service centers in Prince George's County as well as the District of Columbia. We've also tripled the number of resources that are available through our call center. So the vast majority of customers who are calling in and want to talk to a live person, they can. I would note that from an efficiency point of view, if you're willing to use the technical prompts, it's actually a more efficient process. I mentioned that we've restored well over 100,000 customers already. We feel good about that, but we're not going to feel good, and frankly the job is not done until everyone's power is restored. So while I can take I feel good about the progress, we've got a lot of work ahead of us. Let me give you a sense of what our expectations are in terms of restoration. Difficult to kind of put a frame on that in the beginning of an event like this, but as we've worked our way through this first phase of assessment, we now think we're going to have the vast majority of our customers restored sometime on Thursday afternoon into the evening. I want to be very frank with you. There will be some pockets of customers based on the circumstances that their restoration may not take place until Friday. We're going to do everything we can to pull those restoration times in. This is not the last time we're going to talk to you. You'll have access to us. It's critically important that we talk directly to you. So as we refine those restoration times, we'll update you as best we can. Maybe just to give you a little perspective of how restoration works. You've got the assessment, you've got the execution, and then you've got the restoration itself. And we work our way through this focused first on critical facilities, hospitals, customers that may have life issues, health issues. We get to them as fast as we can. We then work our way out thinking in terms of how we can restore substations or large feeders where we can pick up the vast majority of our customers, the biggest blocks of numbers, if you will. And we're in that phase right now. So I'm hopeful that the numbers that we've restored will pick up and the pace will be very, very good. Let me just wrap up with a couple comments here. I mentioned it's going to be a multi-day event. I don't feel good saying that, but that's the truth. You see examples of what you see behind me. There's examples like this all over, and it takes time to work your way through it. It's a complex process to make sure that we do this safely. Some customers may experience multiple outages in the sense where we restore, but then we find that there is a similar or a different problem further down the line. We have to take those customers out again to de-energize the line, to work it safely to get everybody back on. I went through what we see as the estimated time frames. I want to reemphasize that this is the priority for our company. This is all we're about. We're going to work our way through this. We're going to get this done. We're going to get it done safely. And we're very aware that it's important that we provide you the best information we can as quickly as we can. I would encourage our customers to really understand where the cooling stations are. If you're concerned about the extended restoration time, to see if you can make other arrangements. We're going to work with you as best we can.